Where we going?
We about to go movies or not?
Do not take your kids to watch this movie.
I like magic.
What the fuck did we just watch?
Half of the fucking movie is about the Joker.
Huh?
But yeah, it's a decent movie.
Hello everyone, I'm Ronan Unchained. I just came back from watching Black Widow, the newest film from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel Studios, and first and foremost, I was just happy and delighted to see an MCU film in the cinema on the big screen. So I want to just get out of the way that I'm like, it was a good feeling to be back in that vibe and element. I really had fun and dug the movie. To me, Florence Pugh is the highlight of the film as Yelena. She's funny, she's witty, she's badass, and is a goddess. And I can't wait to see the future of that character expand. And that's all I'll say about that. Scarlett Johansson, to think that I'm not even going to age myself or her, but I was there on the big screen seeing her as the Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, back in Iron Man 2, and it's, as a fan, as a cinephile, and as someone who admires her talent and performance as an actress, it is just delightful to see that she's still has the will and strength to play this character again after what she's been through in the MCU, and just get her first solo film, and I'm just like proud and happy for her about that. David Harbour and Rachel Weisz, those two are dynamite onto themselves, and when they bring in both Scarlett Johansson and Florence Pugh as Yelena and Natasha respectively, for them as a family, I bought it and I ran with it, and I just wanted to see more of all four of them together. The opening scene, which don't miss out on the opening scene, the first 15-20 minutes of the film, don't miss out on it. It is spectacular, and to me, you buy it, you're invested, and you just hope everything goes okay for this family, this group. Natasha and Yelena as a sister dynamic, again, the way Florence is witty and how she's just doesn't matter who she's talking to, or at least in this case to Scarlett and Natasha respectively. And Scarlett and Natasha being the more experienced one, being the older sister, it was, you bought it, and when they were nagging at each other and arguing, and when there's an emotional moment, you buy it. There's a moment in the trailer where they show when David Harbour goes, "Family, together again," and there's something that is said and brought up, and Florence Pugh just, I can only dream of performing an acting scene with her one day, because she did that I was like, bro, it hit a knife into my heart, and I was like, oh, that is effed up. Come on now, guys, there's no way to do this. I will admit that I feel if we would have gotten this movie right after the events of Civil War, because the film takes place after Civil War, mainly the story, the main story takes place right after Civil War. I think it would have I'm not going to say thrown us off, nor put in our back of our mind of what happens to Natasha Romanoff in the arc of the MCU. I think it would have just helped more and build up right as everything was happening to that character and what she's been through, instead of waiting 6 years to tell her story of what she's been going through, guilt she carries, burden, and then how she wants to just liberate herself from the red ledger that she has. Stuff that Loki brings up, a sequence in the Avengers, and with Barton, and then what she goes through in Winter Soldier, and then the transition she goes through in Civil War. I felt that it would have been stronger for the film. And again, I can't dictate that. I'm not in the studio film sequence scene, but it would have been stronger for this film if this was right after Civil War. And be like, how does Romanoff dealing with all of this? How does she fit in the world where she's on the run? And by the time we see her in Infinity War, is she at peace with what's happened? And then by Endgame, and then, I don't even want to say it, but yeah, that's one thing that I would say, that it would have for me, been stronger this right after Civil War had happened. Taskmaster, or Master, whatever it's called. Visually and in motion is very dynamic and captivating. And it's always a delight to see Ray Winstone on the silver screen. I'm a fan of his, so whenever I get to see him, I'm like, oh, cool, Ray's in it. That's awesome. I also want to mention that I was at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019, the last time people were allowed to be in a big area group, and I remember them showing the sequence that is in the trailer of Yelena and Natasha fighting. I remember getting this cool hat, wearing it, and be like, oh, we're gonna get a Black Widow movie. And then again, it's nice that we finally gotten it and we could see it and experience it. I had so much fun with this movie. It was funny at parts. Hopefully I can see it again, get the Blu-ray as soon as possible, and we will see what happens for the future of the title of the Black Widow. But that was my review for Black Widow. If you guys like the review, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, check out my latest vlog from the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood book launch event and its trailer. More stuff will be coming out, and I will see you guys in the next video.